Hey guys, this is Retro Block Builder here, coming at you with a new video about upgrading the Red Dragon Knights. I got something super awesome in a used Lego lot recently. Very unexpected. I didn't even really know the part existed. I'll show it to you here in a bit. First, let's go over the existing army, what I'm going to be working with here today. This is currently one of the smaller armies that I have. I do have a couple that are maybe actually a little smaller here, but some of my bigger ones are probably upwards of 30, 35 minifigures now. These guys I'll be upgrading shortly. I've got a couple more on the way that'll really top them off, including the barding, and then the chest plate as well. That'll really make this army look a little better. So yeah, right now I've got, horseback knight, then a heavy knight, an axeman, and then of course crossbowman, and then your red wizard there, or black wizard. So yeah, let's go ahead and show you what I want to do though. So this guy is the guy I found in that lot recently. And that guy, I think, will look really dope replacing one of these guys. So that's what we'll do today, is kind of merge these two together. Now I did look it up. This minifigure is actually pretty expensive. I think it's Metal Dragon. I can't remember quite if it's a collectible minifigure or not. Doesn't matter for this case because I am using it either way. All right. So I think this guy is gonna get its head swapped, basically, and then do a couple more army tweaks. See what we can come up with there. I also want to use the arms because the arms have this cool pattern here, these nice printed arms. So I do want to swap them from this torso to this one, which is always a little nerve-wracking, but I've had pretty good luck thus far. Pretty good technique, I think, even on some of the older torsos. So I'm pretty confident it'll be okay. Yeah, I'll just take this stuff off. For this, especially the older ones, I'll be a little more careful. I do like to keep the legs and stuff on just to get a better grasp on it. Really, you just want to pull out and then rotate it slowly. Just kind of work that ball off. Naturally, you don't want to force it or anything like that. And that's always worked for me. Doing it with a hand on might be a little risky because I do risk cracking if I grab the hand a little too hard, not the arm itself. So it might be better to take the hand out. Alright, so that'll be our torso. Of course, we need the arms from this guy. That was pretty easy. Oh yeah, that's gonna look pretty spoofy. That was a nice find. Oh yeah. That's looking pretty sick. Oh yeah. So yeah, just with some quick part swap in there, I was able to turn that pretty simple little Red Dragon Knight into a pretty awesome Red Dragon Knight, if you ask me. That being said, I don't know if I'm quite done with it yet. Let's see what else we got. Move those parts aside. I want to think about maybe some chest pieces. Some armor. I don't really want to cover up the logo on his chest though. Right? And that needs to stay there. So, it needs to be visible anyways. So these are some of the ones that I have in black. I do have some other ones in silver. Or grays. Even some browns and tans, but I don't think they'll match as well. Maybe a red might work. The only other color I would use for this army than black would be this gunmetal color here. I do think that I want all of my armies to have at least two like primary metal colors for their weapons and helmets. Two different alloys that they primarily use. And yeah, I think for these guys I'll probably obviously use the black, and then that gunmetal I like quite a lot as well. Not many of those pieces floating around in that color though, so not much of it at the moment. Alright, so back to this guy. So I don't like these small capes. I'm not gonna lie. For my medieval stuff, for my fantasy stuff, I kind of don't want one. Don't want them in there. Don't put them on my guys. So that really leaves these. This one's super situational for me. It's more of a Ninjago piece. You know, it'll give the minifigure one shoulder pad, which is a nice effect, but I don't really need the dual scabbard. I don't really use swords that are small enough to fit in this, right? Really, I think only the samurai sword, maybe the cutlass pieces are the ones that fit in that. So, kind of put that one aside too. So that really just leaves these two options. I don't know if I'm gonna like either one. So let's just kind of see what they look like. Also, with the neck of the wings. Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess. No, I think. Oh, it's gonna have to. It can't be this one either, right? Because that's gonna get in the way of the wings. Well, I don't really like it for fantasy either. It's a little sci-fi-ish. So, just try that one. I don't like that either. But it might be better than nothing for now. Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing, right? But I'll tell you the ones I really want. What I think would work really good. Let's see if I have them real quick. Well, I don't think I have the shoulder piece that I really want to use here. But what I'm thinking is these shoulder pieces here in black would look really good. I mean, the gunmetal gray would also look good. And maybe I'll have to think about actually doing black and like silver instead of gunmetal. The torsos of these red dragons also have the nice printing here with silver, and then obviously on the shields. So yeah, it might be better to just swap to some silver accents just to go along with the chest pieces a little more. So yeah, I think I might keep that for now. Also though, let's try a couple capes real quick, right? So I've got 3 capes that might be usable. These 3 capes here. Got a bat cape, Batman cape. I have this probably Harry Potter cape. Again, I've been buying some used Lego lots and kind of recycling some of the cool parts that I find. And I've got a couple of these black capes with a star pattern on one side here. I'll probably use this for some minifigures inside the medieval kingdom, fantasy kingdom, but I don't think I'll be using them for baddies. They'll probably be more for like townsmen and stuff like that, where I feel like it can be a little cheesier, so to speak, with the design. So I'll pull the star out, and that really just leaves the gray and the back cape. I definitely need to get some more capes, but of course, as everyone knows, capes are hard to find, bloody expensive. So, yeah, definitely the black cape, right? Gray, this might look good with, if I switch to more silver armors and silver pieces. But most likely I'll just use this with a different minifigure altogether. I think I already have one on my Gray Wizard, so I don't think I need one there, but yeah, and sometime we'll also have to go over some of the other little minifigure armies that I have. Again, this is one of my smaller ones for sure. I'm working on building this one up, which is quite honestly why we're making the video right now, right? It would have been interesting if I had thought about making videos a little earlier on, but maybe I'll go back and remake some of the old minifigures or something and show people how I did those, if people like this one. So this back cape, I haven't gone through and like really given it much love. Of course, most of my Lego pieces I clean. But I was setting aside my capes, and I was going to see about like starching them again or something like that, and making them look all nice and spiffy. I'll see about getting to that at some point. So yeah, this cape is a little, I wouldn't say tattered, just a little like bent out of shape. It could probably be like steamed or something, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know much about fabric, but I don't know if I like the cape. Yeah. Kind of looks cool, right? But again, doesn't really work particularly well with these shoulder pieces, because these shoulder pieces are going to bend the cape downwards. Most shoulder pieces will really, even the cool spiked ones here that I like, you'll notice there's that notch there, so I'll write on the shoulder, so that'll also bend the cape down. But the thing I really don't like here is like this, it just needs to be attached to the actual back of the minifigure, right? Like, it's designed that way. It looks like the ridge line on back there. So I'll just take the cape back off. But I think the shoulder pieces are at least sort of a win for now. I think I'm gonna, take the time to get the ones in black that I want, the spiked ones. Then I'll look around, see if there's any other ones available. Not much available right now on Pick-a-Brick though, especially in black. So I kind of just have to find them right now when I'm going through used Lego and stuff. I do believe right now though you can order these ones in black if you need some of these, which again, these are kind of cool. They work for medieval and fantasy worlds, probably more for fantasy than medieval. I'm leaning a little bit more into fantasy, especially now. So you can see I just put a dragon minifigure together, right? This is not Castle anymore, guys. No siree. We're going fantasy with this. Anyways, I got a Dragonkin. I'll probably come up with a different name for him in my kingdom. I'm not really using any kind of traditional lure, except a little bit of some Lego as a backbone for my lure, and then my own stuff kind of mixed in. So yeah, I think this guy's kind of a wrap. Next thing would be sword, really, right? Weapon. Oh, we shouldn't say sword. And then shield. I do think I want to keep this shield. Obviously, I could replace it with a bigger one. And I've got another bigger one coming in that I did order. Oh, shoot, I forgot what that set name is called. But it's the set that'll come with 2 more red Dragonites, and it'll have the barding and chest plate. So it's got some of the better Dragonite, red Dragonite pieces in there. So yeah, I've got that on the way. It'll be exciting. Maybe I'll make another video when I get those in to show how the army's expanding. Yeah, so we'll keep this smaller shield, and the reason being really is I don't want to cover up too much detail in the minifigure. Yeah, I think these chest plates are awesome. Lego did a really good job on these red Dragonite torso chest plates. You know, at the time, they weren't doing much shoulder printing, I don't think. So that's the biggest shame of these guys. They even have nice back printing, right? Like these are nice chest plates. So yeah, I want to show off that as much as I can, and then also, since we put on the nice arms, I want to show off those new arms. So yeah, we'll keep the small shield on, but we'll think about a new weapon. So black and gunmetal, those are the 2 colors that I would like to go with right now. So that being said, I've got a few weapons just to kind of try a bunch out. I just kind of pulled one of just a variety of weapons. Definitely not all of them, but I kind of wanted to see what this guy looked like with a variety of different swords, maybe a couple axes. I kind of want a mace, to be honest. I think this guy would look sick with a mace. And he's supposed to be a metal dragon, right? Like, heavy metal dragon. So, a mace is pretty heavy metal, if you ask me. So, I'm thinking I might make a better mace and then maybe give this guy a sword instead. That might be the direction we go with in the long run. But, got some other cool things. Let's see what some guys. Let's see what some things look like. So yeah, this is the new kind of traditional, like small, like it's like a blunt sword. It's not the traditional version. This is in the silver. I like that, but you know, it's in the silver and it's a little puny for a dragon. Let's try the traditional model, which is about the same size, I think. Might be a little shorter. But this is in the gunmetal. That, to me, looks pretty sick. I don't know if I'm going to be switching from the gunmetal weapons and helmets. I think it looks pretty sick, even with the silver against it. That being said, I don't think it's the right sword. Ooh. I think as far as swords go, I think I have one of these guys in black I could hunt down. I think that looks pretty sick for a dragon. Dragonkin. Nah. Not heavy metal enough. This guy's supposed to be a heavy metal knight, man. I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up going mace in the long run. I just don't know if I have the parts or design right now. Let's try this dope ass gemmed sword. I believe this was from kind of a Harry Potter set. Again, just trying to get thrifty with like medieval and kingdom parts, right? Like, well, I don't have that many options right now. Like, pick a brick, sure, and you always go to Bricklink, but you know, it's always hard to find like $20 worth of parts you want from a single small store, so it can be a pain sometimes. So what I've done is I found a cool Lego shop near me, little mom and pop place, and yeah, they sell a bunch of just retired sets. It's more or less their bread and butter in store. But they also sell some used sets, and yeah, they were doing a Christmas clearance, just trying to get rid of some of their back inventory of built sets. No box, no instructions. It has like 60% off or something like that. It's a crazy deal. So yeah, I got like a pretty good Harry Potter set. I forgot which one it was. Had to have been, you know, $50, $60, $80 set. Got it for like $20, maybe, if that. And what I got out of that was this cool sword. And then I guess you could figure out what set it was by that, if you look up that sword. And then got a couple cool torsos and stuff out of that, and some cool, of course, architecture pieces and stuff like that are always handy for mock building. So yeah, I really like that sword. That was pretty fucking dope. Pardon my language. But I don't think that color works too well. Maybe if it were in black or darker metal color. So let me try an axe real quick. Let's go axe. I did pull out this red sword from probably from Kingdom Series 1, I guess I'd suppose. I don't know why I pulled this out. I wasn't really intending on it ever really being used in my medieval stuff. I don't think it's a little much red, guys. Nope. Don't like the don't like the Jelly Bean Knight so much myself. Now, well, let's do this axe first. I think it's a little puny. Yeah. Yeah. For a dragon, no bueno. Ooh. That though, again, I think it's the color though, right? Like this is the speckled gunmetal, I think, or maybe this is actually called gunmetal. Maybe that's the pearl dark gray or something like that. I can't quite recall it. I have to look it up, but that looks sick. I never really liked very large weapons with shields though. That's why I actually really don't like these in tandem with a shield. And I feel like I should use a shield with this guy. I don't know why exactly. I guess dragons should be badass enough. I don't need a block, right? Maybe I'll take off the shield and put on another guy at some point. I might do that. But either way, I don't think I've got either of these in the color I'm looking for. And I could use the dark gray, but with so much black and red, no other dark gray on there, just doesn't really pop in the right way. The other sword I had, and I kind of just like this option, honestly. I was going to take it off, because unfortunately this guy's seen a little kid in its lifetime, and it's been chewed on a little bit, used as a toothpick or something. It's the one bad part about buying used Lego lots is you never know what the kid has used one of the Legos for, and God knows you'll find some things. But also, you'll find some cool things, like these wings and the head and the full torso for probably one of the rarest, most sought after minifigures for castle building. If not, it should be, guys. Which is strange because honestly, I keep up with some other people's videos and stuff, and I haven't seen people talk about this head in these wings. So, what's going on, guys? Like, let's get these. This thing looks sick. Yeah, especially with a new D&D minifigure torso and head out. Yeah, this really just goes with it so well. So yeah, if you're gonna do the Dragon Knight army or the Blue Dragon army with the D&D minifigure, which I know a lot of people have, and honestly, I'm doing that too on the side. I've got a couple of them already, or I've got one of them, and then I've got 3 more on the way that I got together. So I'll have 4 shields for the blue dragon shields, and then those torsos and whatnot. And I'll make another video then, and we'll put that guy together. I think that'll be cool. So yeah, this just goes with that so well. I think I'm gonna keep the red horns. Black would just be too startling coming right off the red skull. No other color switch really there. I still don't really like how the spine, is coming out of the printing of the back, but, what are you gonna do? It's Lego. It can't be perfect in every way. So I think this is the way I'm gonna go, though. Again, I don't like big weapons with shields, but this guy's a dragon. And God knows a dragon can't handle a double-sided axe in one hand, right? Like, fuck yeah. Pardon my language again. This guy's just sick. So yeah, I think that does that. That is that. Let's look at the other figures real quick. See if I have anything else I can do. Twist this axe around. Yeah, I can see that. See the minifigure in all of its glory. All right. Now this guy at some point, again, I've got an order on the way for a couple more red Dragonite pieces. You see the printing on the back, how sick that is. And in that will be the barding for this horse. So yeah, I intend to have, as many armies with at least 1 or 2 horse knights as possible, or mounted knights. So I've got that coming, as well as one of the red Dragonite chest plates, which I'll probably put on the guy who ends up on the horse. Yeah, that chest plate will not work well with these wings, so that won't be happening. I think the next thing I want to do sometime, I'm not going to do it today at the moment. I've got to track down some pieces, maybe a good little build for it. I'm sure somebody's already come up with something. Or maybe I'll just mess around a bit and see what I can come up with. But I want to figure out a way to make a badass mace. Not one too terribly big, just a nice medium-sized badass mace. I think maces are really underutilized with Lego, right? We see a lot of swords, axes, bows, but man, how many like maces? And in fantasy like this, that'd be cool. So yeah, we'll put that guy back. Put him this way so we can see him. All right. This guy, I want to give him a better axe. Again, I'm restricted by my use right now, by the color, I really just don't have any bigger black axes. And I don't think I have any more axe heads in this color or black ones. I might have a couple, so I'll work on scrounging them up. And if I have a few, they're probably already used on one of my other armies, right? Like my Black Falcons are taking out quite a bit of my black armaments. And then as well as like my little like mercenary army, that's kind of a hodgepodge. And then even Vladek's army, right? I've got a Vladek's army. That's a lot of black weaponry. Let's see, and then yeah, of course I've got Basil's and the skeleton armies too. Yeah, I'll see if I can scrounge something up at some point, or maybe I'll find one. Check pick a brick. So yeah, my goal is to get that guy a better two-handed axe. And this guy, I went with a crossbow for now, just kind of color restricted. Again, I've got a lot of silver crossbows, a lot of brown bows. I'm actually out of black bows at the moment. They're all on my Black Falcons and whatnot. I've got a good few of them though. So yeah, I'll hunt down a better crossbow. Some of these are placeholders. This is, first army I'm really working on. Or I'm sorry, first army I'm working on for the camera here. But I've already built a few, so my pieces are already kind of locked up. And I don't really want to start sacrificing armies for other armies so much. The heads also I'll be considering here at some point. Although I kind of like them both for this. I like this one. I should have at least one of those in this army. Although I might go for more stuff like black hair, maybe beards and stuff like that. I guess I probably want to switch to a black beard at some point. Yeah, I'm not sure why I put this head on, to be honest. Well, I put this beard on to cover up this dumbass smile haze, but that honestly goes on a different figure. I mostly did it because I did want to use this helmet at least once in this army, and I wanted to do it so that way I could have a beard, right? Because this has got the open place under the chin. So yeah, at some point in time I'll switch to a black beard. And then my wizard stock, right? I think this guy's all stock. Straight out the set. Love that hat, right? Got the red Dragonite logo on it. They did a really good job on this one, if it's stock. Yeah. Got the beard that you probably commonly see in Ninjago, probably where I pull it out of the most. Can't quite remember if all these pieces came with a figure anymore at this point. Pretty cool leg piece with a potion with a spider in it, kind of creepy. Cool chest plate. What is I haven't actually looked at his torso, I don't think. Okay, so he does have the Dragonite logo on there, so that's kind of cool. I didn't realize that. On the chain, cool. Of course, got a red cape. Maybe the red cape is what I put on this guy. I will have. I'm sorry, guys. I really can't remember. For some reason, I feel like I put the cape on him. I really like that guy too. So anyways, yeah, that's the Red Dragon army at the moment. All but one piece. So yeah, show you guys this right before the end. The last member of the army. Now these guys can be bloody cool. So yeah, I've got one of the molded red dragons that I keep with this army. His head came off a little bit there. These things are fairly expensive at this point. I think anybody who knows about these knows. But they're huge, and goddamn, they're cool. You know, they can grasp on like castle walls and hold themselves up. It's one of the way I'll display it at times. It's pretty articulate, you know. Arms move, legs move, wings, of course. That neck does up and down some. It does seem to me like you should be able to click the head down one more little notch than it actually goes. That always kind of frustrates me, but if you kind of tweak the neck, you'll end up getting the position you want usually. And then also, you've got a spot to put some fire right coming out of his chin for some reason, instead of in his, you know, you'd think it'd be in his mouth. Should be by now, and I think it is on some other dragons, but no, this one, fire comes out of its chin. I don't normally display it like that, you know. Unfortunately, I'm displaying my Lego right, so not about the play features so much as the badassery for me. Oh, let's see if I can get this guy mounted without messing up the display and the camera angles too terribly much. These guys I don't normally keep on this minifigure plate for display. I have a little red dragon set that these guys go with. Most of my other sets, I guess at some point in time we'll have to go over my mocks and whatnot that I've built. But once I build a dragon, or an army, I'm sorry, I try to give it a place to live, right? A fort, a castle, some kind of a modular set's what I'm going for. So at this point in time, what I've been doing is really going for some of the big old iconic sets. I'll get them, you know, used with usually a missing part count of some kind, but I usually look for ones that have the rare parts but are missing some simple parts. And usually you can find some good deals. But yeah, so I'll take like I don't know, 90% complete old set, and then add some of my own parts and modularize that set, and then yeah, have my own version of that original iconic castle or fort with my own enhancements to it. And I find a lot of joy in that, or it's really fun to do. So yeah, some point in time we'll go over that. I already have the green Dragon Knights, the mountain prison towers. That one's pretty much done. I've been wanting to add some more details and knickknacks to the inside of it. But man, that thing looks cool on the outside. I'm really excited to show you guys at some point. And then I've got the red Lion Knights castle as well. And again, I put that on a big base plate and modularized that guy. Really, like, probably tripled the piece count. But man, it's a cool set. Looks dope. And then I've got a couple other ones I'm working on that I'll talk about at some point in time, but I don't want to show everything off at the moment. But yeah, I think this looks sick. Zoom out a little. Get the dragon in there. So yeah, I've got a couple more little knights on the way. But that about wraps it up. You guys have a good evening. Like and subscribe.